Welcome back up here to Howth. Lara O'Brien from the Eire 6 Restoration Project joins us now. Lara, a huge undertaking for the volunteers.
Absolutely. From the very beginning, when we went to lobby our community, our sports groups, our businesses, they came back with a yes, and then they brought, to complete the sign, they brought labour, laughter, encouragement, and of course sponsorship and funds to be able to get here today. So a massive success.
And what I love about this project is that R&M have followed you almost a year to the day we were here when you were digging the dirt and he uncovered the stones and he started on the project.
And it's wonderful to be able now to look back on how far we've come. That live interview from a year ago, shows where we were, and now when we look around and the day we've had to say the restoration is complete and it's absolutely wonderful.
And of course you had a big day at the weekend. President Michael D. Higgins was down here with his wife Sabina.
I mean, just like the ultimate for the end was to be able to welcome President Higgins and his wife Mrs. Higgins on Saturday, and the speeches, and just to be able to bring it to a conclusion. It was just absolutely fantastic for the community.
Here in general as well. Dr. Philip O'Connor, local historian, talk us through the significance of the Eire 6 sign.
Yes, Derek, there were 83 of these right around the Irish coast during the Second World War, and what people don't realise is how close Ireland was to the epicentre of that terrible world conflict, with the U-boat war out at sea, the bombing war, all the rest of it. And Ireland was neutral and had to defend its neutrality, and it was a very ropey and dangerous business. Ireland was attacked several times. There were threats from both sides at different times. So these were built by the Coast Watching Service. They were local men who had an outpost up here throughout the war and watched all the maritime aerial activity. In their logbook they've reports of big explosions at sea as battles were going on out there, and flashes of light as they call them. And they built these were to show aircraft that they were coming over neutral territory and they should back off.
And only 26 of them uncovered, unearthed.
Yeah, there was 83 of them. There's only about 20 of them still survive, and only 3 or 4 of them have been restored, and this is one of the main ones. And this was where the whole of Dublin Bay was defended from. There was anti-aircraft guns up here and everything.
And very interesting, obviously, given Ireland's neutrality at the moment.
Oh, it's so topical. Like, we had hundreds of people up here on Saturday, and the President made a very strong speech about the role that a neutral country can play in a world in such turmoil, while others made the point that maybe Irish neutrality should now change and we should take sides in conflicts and all that. But I just would like to mention, Derek, that there was the crew that were up here during the war, the 7 men. We've Orla O'Rourke here. She's the granddaughter of the man who was in charge of that crew at Garrison.
Okay, so thank you so much for joining us. A very interesting project. Eire6howth.com to check out more information. But very interesting, guys. And can I just remark this? Dr. Philip looks like the man from Del Monte. Do you not think?
Beautiful setting for the man
from studio.
If we could have the weather from the man from Del Monte. Thank you so much for that explanation there. That was absolutely lovely to hear, and the community getting together for that. It's lovely.
Lovely, yeah, to have it there in Howth.
Really
and all of them, there were so many around the country.
Yeah, I had no idea
about
there were
that
that many there. It's lovely.